In a room sat a boy, his eyes sparkling with a secret only he knew. A room, you might say, is a place of comfort and familiarity, but not for this boy. This room was his world, his sanctuary, his universe. It was here where he discovered his true self. The boy was like any other, filled with dreams and hopes, with a heart ripe with curiosity. His name was not important. What mattered was his journey, a journey that was about to begin in this very room. His room was a wonderland filled with objects that held magical qualities. To the ordinary eye, they were simple items, a wooden chair, a worn-out rug, a dusty old bookshelf. But to our young hero, they were portals to different worlds, gateways to infinite adventures. The boy had a special gift, an extraordinary imagination that turned the ordinary into extraordinary. The wooden chair was not just a chair, but a mighty ship sailing through stormy seas. The worn-out rug was a magic carpet, whisking him away to far-off lands. The dusty old bookshelf was a library of 1,000 tales, each book a doorway into a different universe. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The boy spent his time exploring the mystical worlds he had created. He fought dragons, discovered hidden treasures, and saved kingdoms. Yet, he was still sitting in his room, the real world oblivious to his extraordinary adventures. But as all good things must come to an end, so did his adventures. The boy, now a young man, realized that he couldn't live in his imaginary worlds forever. He had to step out of his room, out of his comfort zone. It was time for him to face the real world. With a heavy heart, he bid farewell to his magical worlds. He stepped out of his room, leaving behind the wooden chair, the worn-out rug, and the dusty old bookshelf. But he didn't leave empty-handed. He carried with him the courage he had gained from fighting dragons, the wisdom he had learned from his adventures, and the power of his imagination. In the end, the boy who once sat in a room, living in his imaginary worlds, stepped out into the real world. He was ready to face whatever life threw at him. He was ready to create his own adventures, to write his own story. And so our story comes to an end. But remember, it's not just about the boy in the room, it's about the power of imagination, the courage to face the unknown, and the wisdom to embrace change. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest adventures happen not on the outside, but within us.